Hi, it's Tyrone from TyroneShum.com. Firstly, a big thank you for coming onto the site and also participating in the challenge and also leaving your feedback and showing the support. Both Pat and I have been extremely overwhelmed with this, and we're so happy for you to be there watching us and learning from us as well. So hopefully what we do will provide you some really good value on everything that we do. All right, so as I said, I'd probably want to be sharing with you today exactly how I go about searching for a niche market and also what market I've chosen as well. So that way you can see what's going on. I did have a little bit of a head start in front of Pat on Monday. Pat was telling me that he hadn't started until probably Tuesday or Wednesday to choose his market, where I already had chosen that, or actually my team had chosen that for me and done the research already on Monday. So I was up and ready to go. At the moment, I'm currently getting the articles currently produced and we're getting the website completed. It's almost finished in its development stage, but I'll share that in another tutorial. What I want to share with you today is exactly how I went about, or how we went about looking for a market in the niche topic that we've chosen. So let's start first. The first thing we've done is we'll go through and actually look at how we go about it. First thing is we go through and go to ClickBank to find a particular product, and that particular product will help us determine whether or not we can go into that market. I know that there's usually different ways to go about searching a niche market. You can choose it based on your passions. You can choose it based on what things you don't like. Something similar to what Pat's done. What we've done is we've just gone directly to ClickBank and just looked at the different topics that are available there and decided based on those topics which ones we're interested in going to, and we jump into those. I can also share with you as well, we've based our strategy a little bit very similar to Adam Short's niche profit classroom. So ours is very simple and his strategy is quite simple as well. So we're just taking that on board and start to implement it as well. All right, so the first thing is go to ClickBank and simply click on Marketplace over here. What I'd usually do is once we've gone into the marketplace, I click on an advanced search here too. Once I've clicked into the advanced search, what you'll find is that there's going to be a lot more categories and also a lot more detail fields you can fill in. The reason why I don't just jump straight into the marketplace to find a product straight away is because I want to filter it straight away so I don't have to go through all those products, because there's thousands and millions of products inside ClickBank. I don't usually type in a keyword, not that I need to, but the most important thing is to determine a category that I want to go into. And there's a few categories here, which makes it very easy. And the category that we chose and jumped into was parenting and families, because the virtual assistant, my virtual assistant is actually very interested in that topic. So I said, just choose a topic that you're interested in and basically go from there. So we've chosen parenting and families, and then make sure we also choose the gravity. We chose a gravity that was greater than 7. The reason why we chose a gravity greater than 7 is because it goes to show that the product is actually selling and affiliates are selling products. Anything above 7 means that the product is starting to sell, and you don't want to go for anything less than 7. 0 basically means that the product doesn't sell and it just sits there, no affiliates promoting it. So anything above 7 is great. So we'll click search. And then from here onwards, you'll be populated with a few products that are available in ClickBank. And showing right here now, there's 13 products in the parenting that have gravity greater than 7. So I'll just scroll down. Okay, we didn't choose this first product because we were not interested in talking about pregnancy. But what we did choose was Plan Your Baby Boy or Girl, which had a gravity greater than 7, which is around that 31.32. From there, what we did was we took the keywords that we saw in the description and what it could be targeting. And it seemed like the keywords here were baby gender planning. All right. So now that we've chosen the product that we want to sell, which provides quite a high sale, it says here the highest payout commission here of $47 per sale and $17 one-time offer, which means that it's showing it's selling for about $30. I didn't really say, look, choose the one with the highest paying, but basically we chose something that was reasonable, and something with a reasonable high payout is good as well. And that's how we go about choosing a product. Okay. And also choose a product that you're interested in as well too, that potentially may have a market. So once we've chosen that, we've highlighted baby gender planning. What we're doing next is to jump into the Google AdWords tool and you can find the Google AdWords tool directly through Google search. And once you've gone there, you'll be taken straight to this page. And I'm still using the old Google keyword tool right in front of me. There is an option to use the new one, but the old one I think works better and provides you the results a lot faster and quicker too. So what we'll do is we'll go here, enter one keyword and phrase per line, and I'll put in baby gender planning. So I'll click there, and it will pop up with a list of results down below. Okay. What we want to find is anything with global monthly search volume 100,000 above, which would be basically terms that we're going to be choosing from. Anything below it, you don't get very much traffic from that way. Anything above 100,000, there's potentially traffic and people searching for it. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is to determine which keyword that we want to optimize for and use for our domain name, and also what we want to write our site all about. And what we found is that there's gender predictor, gender prediction. One thing I just want to mention is don't choose anything that has free or like a calculator or any of that, because people usually just want those things for free. Ultimately, what we want to look for are keywords that are going to be money-making keywords. And this is what I'll talk about in a short moment as well, is how we chose this. So gender prediction is something that's above 100,000. And we ended up coming on this, or using this particular word, was because gender prediction had a broad keyword search of 135,000. And we're going to be targeting at baby predictions. So I'll go here and I'll type in gender predictions. Okay, so we chose baby gender predictions. And when we did a little bit of research with gender predictions in Google, so I'll just copy this and I'll jump into Google. This is the part where you'll be finding out about the competition to see what's going to be, how many websites are competing for this keyword term. So I'll put this in with quotations and basically how many people are going to be searching on this. So as you can see, the gender predictions, it shows that there are actually 7,190 results. And what I'll also see as well too is based on this result search, I'll go through and have a look at each individual website. And one thing I just want to mention as well too is to install a plugin called SEO Quake. This plugin here allows you to determine straight away, just at a glance, what the PR of each site is. Now I understand that Pat has Market Samurai, which I also do have as well, and I haven't used Market Samurai in this instance because I wanted to actually show you the free method of how to do it without having to purchase Market Samurai. All right, so basically what we've done is that we've done gender predictions and it displays 7,190 results. And if you've got SEO Quakes installed, which is over down here, you'll see that it's active. It should bring up these little things that says here PR4, PR4, PR3, 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 etc. Now, what I do is I add up all these ones, okay? 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, etc. And just basically add those all together, and that should give you an average. And that average number you got to divide by 10, or how many listings that are located there. And that should give you an average number. What I found was when I added all this up, it gave a number over 3, which meant if it's got a PR3 and above, it's quite hard to actually optimize for and get yourself ranked on search engine. So therefore, this particular term, gender predictions, is already in itself quite competitive. And that's the market you want to try and avoid. You want to try and find websites that have 0, 1, 2 at most. And when you add them up, it should be between a figure of 0 to about 2 to 2.5 PR. Anything more than that, you probably just want to keep away from. Okay, so that's basically how we did that. Now, after testing a few more keywords, which I won't go through the step and process of exactly how we do that in detail, but I've gone through and shown you which ones, we actually came across baby predictions. Okay, and what you'll see here is that it came up with 2, 3, 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, NA, NA, 0. Okay, so that's looking good. And I'll show you exactly what happened. This is the thing when I got my virtual assistants to do research on the markets, I asked her to come up with the top 10 markets that have those results.